Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE here. And today we are here with the first pay-per-views of February 2022 as the road to WrestleMania continues with Judgment Day. And the show begins highlighting the big thing for Judgment Day. It shows Kyle O'Reilly and Ronda Rousey both arriving to the arena because both of them have big decisions tonight. Yes, the men's Royal Rumble winner Kyle O'Reilly and the women's Royal Rumble winner Ronda Rousey will both be making their announcements tonight for who they will be challenging at WrestleMania 38. An 87 for that opening segment, very good. They both got big decisions. Who are they going to choose? Who will Kyle pick? Who will Ronda pick? Who will they be facing in the main events of WrestleMania? We're going to have to wait to find out. But for now, we're kicking off things with the NXT Championship match. The champion Chad Gable takes on the phenomenal one AJ Styles. Two great competitors, NXT title on the line, and in the end, Chad Gable comes out on top with the ankle lock. AJ no choice but to tap out for an 87. Good match. 79 Gable, 80 AJ. The two didn't seem to click, but still got an 87 segment rating, so I won't complain too much. Good match overall. Gable makes his third defense of the NXT title, defeating the phenomenal one to stay on this road to WrestleMania as the NXT champion. Will Kyle O'Reilly choose to face Chad Gable? Kyle O'Reilly, of course, beat Chad Gable to win the US title last year. Will he be looking to do the same with the NXT title? We'll have to wait to find out for that. But for now, the show rolls on with Shayna Baszler and her No Mercy squad mates, Tainara Conti and Sonya Deville, coming down to the ring. Shayna Baszler issuing an open challenge for her Women's Universal Championship. And the open challenge is answered by Riho. Riho from NXT Japan, not seen since WrestleMania 37 where she beat Mandy Rose to win the $1 million title. Now for a 71, Riho coming out answering Shayna Baszler's open challenge here. So Shayna Baszler versus Riho for the Women's Universal Championship. And in the end, Shayna Baszler does overcome her with the Kirifuda clutch to retain her Women's Universal Championship for a 72. Decent match to keep things going here. 72 Shayna, 47 Riho. I haven't got any complaints as Shayna Baszler keeps her gold. Then we have a little interview. Kayla Braxton interviewing Ronda Rousey about tonight. Ronda Rousey is happy. Ronda Rousey is joined by Marina Shafir and Judgement Duke, her four horsewoman of MMA teammates, along with Shayna Baszler, of course, who just retained her title. And Ronda Rousey says that it's been a tough decision, but she knows she's come to the right one, and she's ready to let everyone know later tonight for an 82. Good segment. Happy with this. Ronda Rousey making her announcement later on, but for now we continue on with a match from NXT between Randy Orton and Timothy Thatcher. The two men faced off at NXT TakeOver War Games, and on that occasion Orton won by DQ after Thatcher refused to break the Fujiwara armbar he had in on him. Orton, out of action for a month, returned at the Rumble, setting his sights on Thatcher. And now the two go head-to-head. Randy Orton versus Timothy Thatcher, one-on-one here. And in the end, Randy Orton hits the RKO and gets the victory for an 84. 80 Orton, 72 Thatcher. Good match. Orton comes out on top with the RKO. Thatcher, in the space of 2 weeks, losing to Gable at the Rumble for the NXT title by RKO. And now losing to Orton at Judgment Day via RKO as well. Thatcher having no luck against guys who hit the RKO as Randy Orton picks up the victory. And then we go backstage to the SmackDown General Manager Paige with an announcement. Later tonight, Bronson Reid versus Roman Reigns. Paige announces a stipulation for it. She announces that this will be SmackDown's first Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Yes, the winner of Bronson Reid versus Roman Reigns will be the first man entering the Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks' time. Now, whether that chamber will be for the Universal title or to decide who faces the Universal Champion, we will have to wait to see Kyle O'Reilly's announcement to find that out. But either way, whoever wins this match will be the first man inside of that cell structure for a 59. Decent little announcement from Paige. Happy with this. A big stipulation for Reid's reigns, adding the stakes even more to it. Before we had the NXT Women's Championship match, it is Raquel Gonzalez. She's been on an absolute tear recently, but she's taking on Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae finally getting her shot at the NXT Women's title. But in the end, Raquel Gonzalez, too much for her, hits the one-arm powerbomb and picks up the victory for a 70. Annie Cooper and Cora Jade, Candice LeRae's mentees, proteges, at ringside for her, helping her out the ring, checking her after the match as Raquel Gonzalez stands tall to 70. Good match, 69 Gonzalez, 61 LeRae. Happy with this as Raquel Gonzalez retains her NXT Women's title. Then we have an interview with Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly, jeans on, wearing a hoodie. He's ready for the night. Kayla Braxton asks him about his decision, how tough was it, and Kyle says that this was the easiest decision of his life. He knows what he has to do, and he just wants to get out there and do it. But he's gonna have to wait. 85 for the segment. He'll have to wait till later, till all of the men's world titles have been defended. But Kyle O'Reilly, having no doubt with his WrestleMania decision. Before we have another match from NXT, this time between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Damian Priest and Finn Balor had their problems back in 2021. It seemed like they were over with Finn Balor going to SmackDown until Damian Priest attacked the Demon Finn Balor at the Royal Rumble, costing him his Universal title match with Thaddeus Bullard, leading to this match between the pair once again. Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, 1v1. And after a great match between the pair, Damian Priest gets the victory by way of disqualification after Karrion Kross runs in, attacking Damian Priest. Damian Priest setting up for the reckoning, but Kross rushing in and locking him in the cross jacket from behind. Priest dropping Balor. The DQ being called, a 90 for the match. Amazing match. Balor got 91, 78 Priest. If I go to the dirt sheet here and I just scroll down, yeah, capped due to short match length. This maybe would have been a 91 or a 92 even if it was. I think it's above 15 or 20 minutes, but shorter than that. A 90, still an amazing match from Finn Balor here. As after the match, Karrion Kross keeping the cross jacket in on Damian Priest. Damian Priest trying to fight out of it when Finn Balor goes into Karrion Kross as well, attacking him. Obviously not happy about Karrion Kross's interference, costing him the match here. Balor and Kross battling it out whilst Damian Priest gets to his feet and joins in the action, and the three men just brawl out before being separated. This was meant to be the blow-off for Priest and Balor, and yet it hasn't just been not blown off, but also it's added a new man into the equation with an angry Karrion Kross, angry at Damian Priest beating him back at NXT TakeOver War Games 1.5 months ago. 82 for the post. Good segment, good match. Happy with that. Priest and Balor tearing the house down there. And next to a match that definitely won't be tearing the house down, but hopefully will still be good. The Universal Championship on the line. The champion Thaddeus Bullard taking on Goldberg. Goldberg looking to become a 3-time Universal Champion somehow, whilst Thaddeus Bullard looks to add another legend onto his notch of people he's defeated. Undertaker, Kane, Big Show, Mark Henry. Will he be adding Goldberg to that list? It's Bullard versus Goldberg. And in the end, after a typical Goldberg match, just essentially, it's a WWE video game and they've just turned finishes to unlimited. Both men going at it. In the end, Goldberg going for a spear, Bullard hitting him with the Bullard boot instead, and then planting him with the Bullard bomb for the victory for an 88. What the? Thaddeus Bullard getting an 88 rated match out of Goldberg. Jesus Christ, I love this man. Bullard beating Goldberg in the end to retain his Universal title for that incredible 88. I was expecting like high 70s at most, but I'll most definitely take an 88. 81 Bullard, 78 Goldberg. Amazing match. So happy with that. Bullard, my champion, my world champion. I'm not crazy. He can do it. After the match, the Bullard brand getting in the ring and laying into Goldberg, Knight, Torres, Cruz, Bourbon on his crutches at ringside, Cameron Grimes in as well in the ring, beating down on Goldberg, then lifting Goldberg in the end, and Bullard setting up for the Bullard boot. When Keith Lee's music hit and he storms down into the ring, he fights off Cruz, Knight, Torres and Grimes. Bullard escaping the ring before he can get to him. Torres, Knight and Cruz doing the same. Grimes staying in the ring though, and Keith Lee laying Cameron Grimes out with a spirit bomb. Cameron Grimes bouncing up and Keith Lee just pouncing him out of the ring. The Bullard brand catching him at ringside as Keith Lee makes the save for Goldberg here, who slowly gets to his feet, thanking Lee as Lee and Bullard stare down. Bullard has been dodging Lee for a bit now, but Lee's sights seem set on Bullard still as the road to WrestleMania continues. 81 for the post. I just want to say how amazing that match was again, considering it had Goldberg in it. I mean, 88, how many stars is that like? If you take, God, if you say 100, it's like Meltzer 6 stars, because it could go to that. Then an 88, what are we saying? 4.5, 5 stars for Goldberg. Thaddeus Bullard, a legend. I'd say in the making, a legend currently. Amazing work. Before, next up we have another match, this time for the Women's World Championship. It is the champion Sasha Banks, the blueprint, the best, the boss, taking on Kairi Sane. Sasha Banks looking to keep that Women's World title around her waist where she said it belongs. She says she's the pinnacle of not just women's wrestling, but wrestling in total. And Kairi Sane looking to put a stop to her reign of dominance, her reign of terror, whatever you want to call it. But in the end, it's Sasha Banks who comes out on top for an 87. A match. Sasha Banks and Kairi Sane doing a match that gets a worse rating than a match with Bill Goldberg and Titus O'Neil in it. You love to see it, don't you? But Sasha Banks does retain an amazing match still, with the bank statement on Kairi Sane, defending her Women's World title successfully, her 5th defense, 87 Banks, 72 Sane. Very happy with this, as Sasha Banks keeps the gold around her waist where she says it belongs. Before next up, we have the big announcement. Shayna Baszler and her No Mercy squad mates come down to the ring. Raquel Gonzalez comes out to the ring. And then Bad Reputation hits. And Ronda Rousey comes out with Judgement and Marina Shafir and gets in the ring. And Ronda Rousey starts talking. Ronda Rousey saying that this is her chance to main event WrestleMania for the 2nd time in her career. She's been gone for 3 years. She main evented WrestleMania and then she left, but now she's back. She's won the Rumble and she's ready to main event WrestleMania again, and there are great options here. Raquel Gonzalez, the NXT Women's Champion, a powerhouse. I'm sure we'd have a great match, Raquel. I'm sure we would. With your strength, with your size, with my background in MMA, I'm sure we would, but no. But Sasha Banks, one of, if not the best women's wrestler on the planet, the blueprint, the best, the boss. Outside of me, maybe the most mainstream woman in this company. The women's world title, I'm sure, main event of WrestleMania, you and me, we would tear the house down. But Sasha, you're not the SB I have to face. And Ronda turns to Shayna. Shayna was smiling. Shayna was happy, but it kind of hit Shayna. And her face drops like, what? And Ronda Rousey says that WrestleMania, she will be facing Shayna Baszler for the Women's Universal title. Shayna Baszler in shock, not looking happy. Her No Mercy squad mates going to storm into Ronda Rousey, but Judgement and Marina Shafir cut them off and attack them. And it's just, Sasha and Raquel are leaving. And it's just Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler staring each other down. Shayna says, why'd you have to do it like this? And then Shayna Baszler going into Ronda, the two brawling out, eventually security having to come down and separate them. Shayna not happy, Ronda making her choice at WrestleMania. It will be Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler for the Women's Universal Championship. 87 for the segment, really good segment as Ronda makes her announcement, her decision, and it will be Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler at WrestleMania in what will hopefully be a really good match between the two former UFC competitors. But for now, next up we have a little break. Yeah, I could have went straight into the WWE title match, but you know what, WWE style, we separate a little bit between big segments. So next up, it's still a big segment. It's Bronson Reid versus Roman Reigns in the first Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Reigns looking for revenge on Reid after Reid eliminated him in the Rumble. Reid looking to get some revenge on Reigns after Reigns attacks him 2 weeks ago. But who will come out on top? It's Bronson Reid, Roman Reigns, and in the end, Roman Reigns hits the ooh-ah and is ready for the spear. The referee out of it, and of course, that provides the perfect opportunity. Reigns charges at Reid, but The Rock slides into the ring, cuts Reigns off, picks him up, and plants him with the rock bottom. Reigns out of it. Rock leaving the ring. Reid climbing to the top rope and hits the tsunami for the victory. Bronson Reid defeats Roman Reigns. Bronson Reid qualifies for the Elimination Chamber following that interference from The Rock, following the tsunami for the win. At one point, Jimmy and Jay tried to get involved. Samoa Joe came out and took them out, though. Samoa Joe having his problems with Reid, sure, but having problems with Reigns and the Usos as well, the Bloodline. Leaving just Reid and Reigns. The Rock gets involved. Reid hits that tsunami, comes out on top. 85 for the match. Good match between these guys. 91 Reigns, 77 Reid. But it's Bronson Reid who gets the win, and Bronson Reid who qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. Will that chamber be for the Universal title, or will it be to find out who faces the Universal Champion at WrestleMania? That remains to be seen after the main event. Before we get there, a massive announcement. Yes, the first inductee in the headline act of the 2022 Hall of Fame, taking place in Dallas, Texas, who else could it be? It will be the dead man, The Undertaker. The Undertaker, not seen since that casket match with Thaddeus Bullard for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 37, where he was defeated, where he was locked in that casket and wheeled away. But he will be here at WrestleMania, and he will be inducted into the Hall of Fame for an 86. Great segment, as you'd expect. Undertaker going into the Hall of Fame. Who else could be the headline act in Texas at WrestleMania? There is no one else it could be, could it? It will be The Undertaker. But now, it's time for the main event. We have the entrances of all three of our champions. The Hardcore Champion, Tommaso Ciampa. The Intercontinental Champion, Johnny Gargano. And the man whose championship is on the line, the WWE Champion, Adam Cole. If you were doing a Mount Rushmore of NXT, all three of these guys would be right at the top of the list for who should be on it. And now they're contesting for the biggest prize in WWE and sports entertainment, in wrestling as a whole, whatever you want to say. 140 entrances. And then the match, the main event for the WWE title, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. And in the end, Adam Cole does come out on top. Gargano and Ciampa work together for a while before it breaks down. Both men want to be WWE Champion. They fight it out. And in the end, Adam Cole hits Johnny Gargano with the last shot and gets the win, retaining his WWE title for a 94. Amazing match as you'd expect between these four guys. Match of the night. 94 Cole, 92 Gargano, 87 Ciampa. I'm very happy with that. Adam Cole comes out on top. Adam Cole is still your WWE Champion, as it's time for the final announcement of the night. Adam Cole joined in the ring by Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish of the Undisputed Era. They'll wait for their final member who's ready to make his announcement. Coming down to the ring, you have Thaddeus Bullard joined by just Paul Heyman. None other members of the Bullard brand. They're still licking their wounds from being beaten up by Keith Lee. And also coming out is Chad Gable, accompanied by Randy Orton. Obviously, with the Undisputed Era all together, with Bullard potentially having the brand here, Gable probably would have come out on his own, but Orton providing some support for the NXT Champion, the man he mentored, the man he taught the RKO, the move that Gable used to win the NXT title. Orton coming out with Gable, and then Kyle O'Reilly comes out ready to shock the system, wearing his jeans, wearing his hoodie. O'Reilly comes down to the ring, gets the mic, and O'Reilly says that before the Rumble, he knew his choice, because this has been coming. He's had the year of his life, United States title, King of the Ring final, winning War Games, winning the Royal Rumble from number 1. It's an incredible year, and he wants it to be better. He gets the main event of Mania. He wants to win a world title, and he says he knows what he has to do it. And then he stops and said, is it just me, or is it getting hard in here? And then O'Reilly unzipping his hoodie and takes it off, and the crowd goes wild. Orton and Gable react, Bullard and Heyman react. The Undisputed Era members behind him do not react because his back's to him. And then O'Reilly turns around and Adam Cole's face drops when he sees the shirt O'Reilly's wearing. It's Adam Cole's shirt that says Adam Cole with Baby underneath and above it, but it just says, "Fuck Adam Cole, bitch." And Kyle O'Reilly storms into Adam Cole, tackles him off his feet and ground and pounding him on the floor. He hasn't said it, but I think his decision is clear. It will be Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly for the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania. Bullard and Heyman leaving, Orton and Gable leaving, Kyle O'Reilly pounding Adam Cole. Adam Cole's just had a 20-plus minute match with Gargano and Ciampa. He doesn't have the most energy to fight out of this. Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish getting involved as well. Like, what the hell are you doing? Trying to drag him off of him. Adam Cole getting to his feet, going for a super kick on O'Reilly, but hitting Bobby Fish instead. O'Reilly storming into Cole. Adam Cole pushing O'Reilly off him. O'Reilly going backwards into Strong, knocking him down as O'Reilly and Cole continue to brawl it out. In the end, security coming to have to separate them as well. Roderick Strong in the ring with Adam Cole, like, what the hell is happening? Bobby Fish also in the ring, like, what the hell is happening? And Kyle O'Reilly goes up the rank, pointing at Cole, pointing at the sign, saying, "I'll see you at WrestleMania." It will be O'Reilly Cole at Mania. The Undisputed Era has exploded to end Judgment Day, the 100 for this final segment. What a show. Overall, Judgment Day gets a 99. I mean, I can't say 100% certainty, but I do believe that's the best show from this save. And it's for a pay-per-view that's had a 2-week build and is based on angles rather than matches, really. And couldn't be happier. Increased our pop in 55 regions. What a show. I'm so happy with it. A lot of amazing matches here. Ronda Rousey announcing she'll fight Baszler at Mania. Bronson Reid qualifying for the Chamber, The Undertaker, headline of the Hall of Fame, Cole beating Gargano and Ciampa, but then the Undisputed Era exploding as O'Reilly announces he will challenge Adam Cole for the WWE Championship. What an amazing premium live event this has been. I'll make my speeches. Adam Cole put on a banger segment and match-wise. Kyle O'Reilly, you made your announcement. I mean, Damian Priest and Finn Balor, that was largely Finn Balor. Shall I tell you who I will praise, actually? Thaddeus Bullard. He got an 88 rated match out of Goldberg. You get some praise for that, mate. And Cole is very happy. Bullard seemed pleased, okay? And Finn Balor seemed pleased as well. And I am ecstatic. What a pay-per-view Judgment Day has been. I never expected it to be this good, but it has been. I hope you have enjoyed this incredible pay-per-view as the road to WrestleMania rolls on as we begin the build-up to Elimination Chamber. And 2 main events for WrestleMania have been confirmed. Ronda, Shayna, Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole. Incredible matches. And if you enjoyed this show, if you're looking forward to Elimination Chamber, if you're looking forward to WrestleMania 38, then please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and thank you for watching.